Hi, I'm Claudia Fox. Welcome to Degrees of Success. At one point in my career, mainly my career has been real estate, but at one point I began doing volunteer work for teens who are not going to college. So I decided to do a show just about young people, old people, middle-aged people who did not go to college but were successful or felt successful in their career. Fortunately, today I have two people to interview. One is the mother and one is the daughter. So we will start first with Courtney Purcell. And Courtney is a young woman who owns and operates a hair salon. And we're going to find out just exactly what her thoughts were about college growing up and how she came to own a hair salon. So let's welcome Courtney. Hi, Courtney.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. So let me ask you a couple of questions. What was the message you got about college growing up from your mom or just your own thoughts?
I was told that I was supposed to go to college, that if I didn't have my bachelor's degree, I would never find a job and I would never make enough money, have benefits, and that I would struggle.
Got it. That sounds like a pretty big message.
Mm-hmm.
Was it consistent when you were younger, or did it just happen at some point that someone told you that?
Consistent.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for being vulnerable enough to share that. Was it an important issue, and was it talked about a lot?
Yes. I was in college for actually 3 years before I dropped out.
Wow, okay, well, good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, usually we don't say that, but I do because I believe it's important to follow your passion.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always have to do with college.
Mm-hmm.
Did your school promote going to college?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that much, but they did.
Okay. So you got a lot of messages
Mm-hmm.
about going to college. So what did you think about that when you got the messages? What were you thinking?
I was only thinking, oh, I should be a nurse because everyone's always going to need a nurse, or oh, I should be a teacher because I'll always have a job as a teacher, but I didn't like either of them.
Great, great.
Yeah.
So Courtney really had a mind of her own and fortunately listened to herself. Was there a turning point when you decided for sure, I'm not going to college?
Yeah, I got a job for the city of Waterbury working with the special ed, and I was in college at the time for that, working with the kids and like trying to be a special ed teacher. And working there, I was just like, I hate this job. I don't want to go to school. I just stopped going to classes. I dropped out. I said, Mom, I'm not going. I hate this.
Good for you. But no, it's important to have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
So often, many times, young people just follow what their parents say, even though there's a different message inside of your head, different voices talking to you. Well, so how did you choose your business?
I always used to babysit a lot of girls growing up, and I would always curl their hair and play with their hair, and I loved it. That's all. I just liked doing it.
So what was your thought process? Like, how how are you going to get from playing with hair to actually doing it?
So I quit my job. I got rid of all my benefits, everything, and I said, Mom, I have 2 months to sign up for hair school or I lose my grant money, I lose my student loan, they're not going to give me anything. So I toured the school. I went with what worked best with my schedule, and I worked at a restaurant on the side while in school, and I did a 1.5 years in cosmetology school.
Wow. So you really followed your dream.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the message, too, that I especially want to give to teens is to find your passion. Oftentimes people find their passion like Courtney did, but sometimes people have to work at finding their passion.
Mm-hmm.
That might come through testing of some sort, or just noticing what you like to watch on TV or what you like to do, and then finding something in that field that excites you. I think it's so important to have something you're passionate about. You could be doing that the rest of your life. And like you said, you were on a career path and you hated it. Can you imagine going through your whole life hating it? So how did you actually get a salon, become a salon owner? That's a lot of steps. That's a big leap. How did you do that?
My mom was able to help me financially with it. I was just not, I didn't like the environment where I was working, and I didn't want to go work for somebody else. So I just found this place. I Googled one day. I was so angry in the back room at work. I was so angry because the atmosphere was so bad. I was like, salons for sale in Connecticut. And this one came up in Southbury, and I was like, that's a scam. There's no way she's letting it go that cheap. So I called him up, and he's like, oh, yeah, meet me this day, this time. And it was all for real. So I was like, there's no way I should pass this opportunity up. So I went for it.
Wow. And did you work for another hair salon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
for 2.5 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Okay. And so you got it all together. Your mom helped you. So you had a backer, so to speak.
Yes.
That's great. So you've got your salon now.
Mm-hmm.
How did it go for you in the beginning, and how are you building it?
It went better than I expected. A lot more clients followed me than I expected. I had a lot of new clients that I wasn't planning on getting. My phone was ringing. I was getting new people every week. And then within the last month, I just finally hired 3 girls, and they're all doing really good, and they just finished school, 2 of them. So I'm helping them build and get their clientele and grow.
Wow, you make it sound easy. What were the struggles along the way? What do you think the struggles were?
I don't know. It really just, everything just kind of went really well, better than I expected.
You were in the flow.
Yeah.
Oh, then, okay. And were there any failures, or did it just keep going smoothly up?
Yeah, it was pretty smooth. Hiring people wasn't easy in the beginning, like finding people to work with me. Because I was like, oh, I'm a new business. I don't have an overflow of clients. I don't have clients to give you. And it's like most people just wanted to walk in and me give them all the clients. I was like, I don't have that right now. So it was hard. So I was alone by myself. So it would get boring sitting there. If I had a gap, no one to talk to. But it's been really good now that I have people there. And they all seem very nice.
So do you have any tips for young people, even mature people, who are doing something they hate and they want to get started in something else? What would you say to them?
I would say just go for it.
Just go,
Just go for it.
I love it. And in the scheme of things, what do you think success is for you? Good.
Pretty much just making other people happy, pleasing them, giving them the service that they want, and making sure they're happy 100%.
Great, great. That's great. What do you think your most important traits are for being successful?
I'm very open to new ideas. I'm very caring, passionate, very, I would say, people like to take advantage of me because I'm so nice.
Yes, you're a sweet
Yes.
person. You are.
Yeah.
You have that aura
Yeah.
of being helpful, service-oriented.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I first met you at your ribbon cutting,
Yep.
and I just thought she's so sweet. So,
Thank
and
you.
sometimes we think people have to be tough to have their own business. So it's nice to know you can be a kind, sweet person and be so successful. Okay. So what are your future goals for your salon?
Eventually, I want to expand. I want to do like full spa, like the salt cave, facials, massages, nails, like a one-stop shop.
That sounds great.
So one day that would be my goal.
That sounds great. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really, really appreciate it. And if anyone would like to get in contact with Courtney, please do call me. The show has my number at the end. And please stay tuned to other interviews. We're actually going to interview Courtney's mother. So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Thank you for joining us. It's been great. Look forward to you again.